Hey, what if I told you that the one place you feel truly in control, your own mind, well, what if it isn't yours at all? That's the wild idea we're going to jump into today.
I mean, seriously, if you believe every single opinion you hold, every idea you'd go to the mat for, springs up from inside you and you alone,
then you're wrong. Yeah, I know, that's a huge claim, right? But just stick with me here. Because understanding this is actually the first step to real mental freedom.
And hey, this isn't all bad news. By the end of this, you're gonna have the single most important tool you need to start taking your mind back.
Okay, so to get how this even happens, let's use a simple metaphor. I want you to imagine your mind is just an empty room. When you're born, this room is perfect. It's completely empty, it's quiet, there's nothing on the walls, no clutter, it's just pure, unfiltered you.
But then, of course, life starts happening. The door to that room just swings open. A word from a friend wanders in, a video from your social media feed kind of plops down on the floor, a passing comment, a really strong opinion, they all just start piling into the room.
And here's the kicker. Slowly, so slowly you don't even notice, the room just fills up. But the stuff filling it, it's not your stuff. They're just echoes, little fragments of other people's ideas, borrowed beliefs from, well, everywhere.
All right, and this is where things get a little intense, because these thoughts, they don't just sit there quietly. Oh no, they start making a ton of noise.
Yeah, these outside voices, they aren't just visitors. They start redecorating. They start telling you who you're supposed to be, what you should want. They're literally drawing lines on your floor, defining what's right and what's wrong, what you should chase after and what you should be scared of.
And the crazy thing is, it's not some big dramatic invasion. It's more like a quiet erosion. You know, like water constantly dripping on a stone. That steady pressure of all these outside thoughts, it just slowly, silently reshapes the very walls of your mind.
And it goes on like this until one day you look around this super cluttered room and you honestly can't tell which ideas are yours and which ones were just left there by somebody else. The real you is just buried under all that noise.
And in that moment, you're not really thinking.
You're being thought for. You're just running a program that other people wrote. Your mind becomes this big echo chamber. And the worst part is, you're mistaking their echo for your own voice.
Until you finally decide to do something about it. And this is the turning point. This is where you find the light switch. The moment you decide to really see what that room has become. And it all starts with just one single, powerful question. Seriously, try this. The next time you feel a really strong opinion bubbling up or a sudden desire, just stop and ask yourself, is this thought, is it really mine? Or is it just an echo of something I heard, something I scrolled past or saw in a headline? The second you ask that question, I'm telling you, the whole game changes. You stop just living in the room and you become the architect again. And getting that space back, it's actually way simpler than you might think. Okay, so the process is super simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, you just question. You hit pause. You actually look at the thought instead of just automatically accepting it. And that one simple act, it gives you back control. You get to decide, hey, does this belong in my room or not? And every single time you make that choice, you create more and more clarity. And slowly, the noise starts to fade out. You start clearing out the clutter. And what are you left with? A mental space that is finally quiet, focused, and, best of all, truly yours.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. The most dangerous thing in the world isn't being controlled. It's thinking you're free when you're not. It's living in a room filled with someone else's furniture and calling it home. So the real question is, are you ready to start redecorating?